Rangers could be on the verge of another huge managerial shake-up, with Danny Röhl edging closer to an exit, and Derek McInnes now emerging as a serious contender to replace him at Ibrox. Let's break this down. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Talks between Rangers and RB Salzburg are continuing over a multi-million-pound compensation package, with the Austrian giants keen to appoint Röhl as their next head coach. While the German isn't believed to be actively pushing for a move away from Glasgow, the chance to return to the Red Bull system and be closer to his family is understood to be a major factor that could persuade him to leave after less than a year in charge. As a result, Rangers have already accelerated their succession plans. Reports suggest the club has drawn up a four-man shortlist of managerial candidates, with Hearts boss Derek McInnes among those firmly in the frame. The Ibrox hierarchy have reportedly received significant interest from managers across Europe, but are now focusing on appointing someone with proven leadership qualities and experience, marking a shift away from some of the more experimental appointments of recent years. McInnes' inclusion is certainly eye-catching. The former Aberdeen boss famously turned down the Rangers job during his time at Aberdeen, a decision that has been discussed for years among supporters. However, after rebuilding his reputation and leading Hearts to within touching distance of the Premiership title last season, many believe he has never been better positioned for a move to Ibrox. His ability to organize teams, develop a winning mentality, and consistently compete at the top end of Scottish football makes him a compelling option should the vacancy officially arise. The timing couldn't be more crucial for Rangers. The squad is due back for pre-season training next week, while significant work remains to be done in the transfer market following another disappointing campaign. Club officials are determined to avoid the drawn-out managerial searches that delayed preparations in previous summers, meaning they are expected to move swiftly if Röhl completes his switch to Salzburg. What's particularly fascinating is that this latest development comes just weeks after Chairman Andrew Kavanagh publicly threw his support behind Röhl, insisting the German was the right man to deliver the Premiership title provided he was given a full pre-season and a revamped squad. The board also acknowledged the need to improve the dressing room's mentality, chemistry, and leadership, highlighting the scale of the rebuild still required. Despite that public backing, football can change in an instant, and Salzburg's interest has dramatically altered the picture. With negotiations progressing and Rangers preparing contingency plans behind the scenes, the possibility of Röhl leaving is becoming increasingly realistic. The big question now is whether Derek McInnes will finally take the Rangers job after years of speculation, or whether the club will turn to another name on their shortlist. One thing is certain, the next few days could be pivotal, and the decision made at Ibrox could shape Rangers' ambitions for the entire season ahead. In other news, Rangers have been handed what could prove to be a huge boost in their pursuit of Swedish winger Oscar Fellenius, with fresh reports suggesting the Djurgården star has effectively been given the green light to leave the club this summer. As Danny Röhl continues to shape his squad ahead of the new campaign, adding more quality and depth in the wide areas has become increasingly important. With Andreas Skov Olsen not returning to Ibrox and doubt still lingering over Mikey Moore's future and whether he will return for another year, Rangers are actively exploring alternatives. And Fellenius has emerged as one of the names firmly on their radar. Now, the latest developments suggest a deal may be more achievable than first thought. According to the Daily Record, Djurgårdens have informed Fellenius that he is free to leave on a permanent transfer this summer, provided the club receives an acceptable offer. That represents a significant shift in Rangers' favour and could give the Light Blues a genuine opportunity to land the 24-year-old in the coming weeks. The financial aspect of the deal could also work in Rangers' favour. Fellenius is entering the final months of his contract, which expires at the end of the year, leaving Djurgårdens with one final transfer window to generate a fee before risking losing him for nothing. As a result, the winger is expected to be available for a six-figure sum, making him a potentially outstanding value signing in today's market. The Swedish club have done little to hide their stance either. Manager Johnny Honkavara recently admitted that departures are expected during the window, acknowledging that players could leave very quickly if suitable bids arrive. That public admission only strengthens the belief that Rangers have been handed a major opening if they decide to step up their interest. From a footballing perspective, Fellenius could bring a completely different dimension to Rangers' attack. While Andreas Skov Olsen often preferred drifting inside into central positions and operating in the half spaces, Fellenius is a much more traditional wide player. His explosive pace and acceleration allow him to stretch opposition defenses, while his willingness to hug the touchline creates space for teammates and offers another outlet in transition. His biggest asset is arguably his creativity. Fellenius possesses an excellent eye for a pass and regularly looks to create opportunity for teammates in dangerous areas. Although he is not known as a prolific goal scorer, his ability to supply quality service could prove invaluable for a Rangers side expected to dominate possession in many domestic matches. That style of play could perfectly complement the attacking options Röhl now has available. With natural finishers such as Lawrence Shankland and Youssef Chermiti looking to thrive inside the penalty area, having a winger capable of consistently delivering chances and combining effectively with an overlapping fullback could add another dangerous weapon to Rangers' attacking play. His work rate off the ball and willingness to link up with defenders also make him an attractive tactical fit, potentially allowing Rangers to become far more dynamic down the right flank while maintaining balance across the pitch. Perhaps most importantly, Rangers now appear to have the opportunity they've been waiting for, with Djurgårdens willing to sanction Fellenius' departure for the right price and his contract situation putting pressure on the Swedish club to sell. The conditions are in place for a move to happen. Whether Rangers choose to press ahead remains to be seen, but one thing is becoming increasingly clear. They have been handed a major transfer boost, and if they act decisively, Oscar Fellenius could soon be wearing the famous blue shirt at Ibrox.